Hey everyone, it's Mogit. Let's talk about something that's been said to most of us at some point in our lives. Just work harder. You're broke? Just work harder. You can't pay the bills? Just work harder. You're stressed, tired, still living paycheck to paycheck, even though you're putting in the hours? Just work harder. That phrase gets thrown around like it's the ultimate solution. Like if you just grind more, hustle more, take on one more shift, one more side gig, one more late night, everything will magically fix itself. And in 2026, right now, that advice feels louder than ever. Social media is full of people talking about 80-hour weeks, waking up at 4 a.m., stacking side hustles, building empires, no days off. It's everywhere. And it makes you feel like if you're not doing that, you're lazy, you're failing, you're the problem. But here's the truth I wish someone had told me earlier. The lie of just work harder is one of the most damaging things being sold to normal people today. Because for most of us, working harder isn't the answer, it's the trap. I used to believe it too. I remember nights where I'd come home exhausted from a full day, sit down and think, okay, I need to make more money, so I'll start freelancing after hours. I'd open my laptop at 9 p.m., push through until 1 a.m., barely make $50 or $100 extra that week, and then wake up the next morning feeling like I'd been hit by a truck. I'd tell myself, keep going, just work harder. So I added another gig and another. I was working 60 to 70 hours a week between the job and the side stuff. Money came in a little faster, but so did burnout. I was tired all the time, snappy with people I cared about, forgetting things, making stupid impulse buys just to feel something other than drained. And the craziest part? Even with the extra money, I still felt broke. The bank account went up a bit, but the stress went up more. Bills still felt tight, savings still felt impossible. I was working harder than ever and still not getting ahead. That's when I started paying attention. I looked at the people around me who were saying just work harder the loudest. A lot of them were influencers, entrepreneurs, people selling courses on hustle culture. And when I looked closer, many of them had teams, passive income streams, investments, or started with advantages most normal people don't have. They weren't just working harder, they were working smarter, with leverage, with systems, with money already working for them. But the advice they were giving everyone else was grind more. And that advice keeps millions of us running on a treadmill, faster and faster, but never actually moving forward. Let me tell you what I've learned in 2026, after burning out, stepping back, and watching the math more closely. Working harder only fixes the problem if the problem is lack of effort. But for most normal people right now, the problem isn't effort. The problem is the system is designed to extract as much work from you as possible while giving you as little breathing room as possible. Rent is up 20 to 30% in many places since a few years ago. Groceries are up 25% or more. Car insurance jumped 15 to 25% in a lot of states. Utilities keep creeping. Healthcare costs keep rising. Everything essential costs more, and wages for most jobs haven't kept up at the same speed. So you work harder, you get a raise, and the raise gets swallowed before you even feel it. Then the culture tells you to work even harder. It's a loop, and it's exhausting. I started asking different questions. Instead of, how can I make more money? I started asking, why does more money still feel like not enough? And when I looked honestly, I saw the leaks. Not big, dramatic spending, not luxury vacations or designer clothes. The quiet stuff. Subscriptions I forgot about. Delivery food because I was too tired to cook after long days, small impulse buys to feel better after feeling drained, credit card minimums that kept balances high, BNPL plans that felt harmless but stacked up. All that extra work I was doing, a lot of it was just feeding those leaks. I was running faster to stay in the same place. The real shift happened when I stopped trying to outrun the treadmill and started looking for the off switch. I didn't quit working. I just stopped believing that more hours equaled more freedom. I started protecting what I already had. I looked at my paycheck and asked, what if I took a piece of this before anything else touches it? Not a huge piece, just something small and automatic. I set up a transfer to a separate savings account the day I got paid. $100 at first, then $150, then $200 when I could. It wasn't sexy. It didn't feel like progress at first, but it was the first time money stayed instead of vanishing. Then I started looking at the leaks with new eyes, not as punishment, but as choices. Do I really want to trade $15 a month for a streaming service I don't watch? Do I really want to trade $40 for takeout when I could cook something simple? Do I really want to trade $50 for something I saw online when that $50 could go toward a day I don't have to stress about bills? Every time I said no to an automatic spend, it felt like taking back control. Not deprivation, control. And the more control I took, the less I needed to work myself into the ground to feel okay. I started sleeping better. I started having energy for things I actually cared about. I started enjoying small things without guilt. Because the baseline stress, the constant low-level panic, started to fade. That's the lie exposed. Just work harder keeps you in survival mode. But protecting what you already earn, redirecting the leaks, building a small buffer, that moves you into stability mode. And once you're stable, you can think clearly. You can take smart risks. You can say no to bad deals. You can negotiate better. You can rest without guilt. You don't need to work harder to get ahead. You need to stop leaking so much and start keeping more of what you already earn. It's not glamorous, it's not a viral hack, but it's real. And in 2026, when everything feels designed to keep you running, that's the quiet rebellion. You don't have to run faster. You just have to stop the treadmill from speeding up under your feet. So tonight, look at one thing, one subscription, one habit, one automatic pull. Ask yourself, do I actually want this, or is it just happening to me? Make one small change. Watch what happens over the next month. You'll feel it. Not all at once, but you'll feel it. And when you do, come back here and tell me in the comments. I read every one. If this hit you, drop a like. If it gave you a little hope, subscribe. Thanks for listening this long. You're not lazy, you're not broken. The game is hard, but you're playing it smarter now. Let's keep going. I'll see you soon.